For more, I want to bring in Republican Senator Rick Scott of Florida. Senator, DHS Nielsen, she is now calling the situation at the border or equating it with a Cat 5 hurricane, something unfortunately you have a lot of experience with. Do you think that's an accurate description?
Absolutely. Charles, I've gone down to the border. I've talked to Border Patrol. You know, the unbelievable number of people who are coming across our borders illegally and the number of drugs. The president's in a horrible position. He wants to secure the border. The Democrats will not give him the money to do it. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. We need more people, we need better technology, and we need some barriers to make sure we control who comes into our country. I'm from Florida. We're an immigration state. We want legal immigration, not illegal immigration.
Yeah, it's the point you've made with the Democrats who are just you know, it seems like they've made a calculation, and that despite the scene there that everyone acknowledges who's been there, despite the fact that Jay Johnson has called this a crisis, that their political gamble continues to be that this is a negative for Republicans, a real negative for Donald Trump, and therefore they won't help out. I think the American public sent people like you to Washington, D.C., someone who has experience in reaching across the aisle. Is there any chance, have you seen any chance with any of your fellow colleagues on the other side of the aisle that maybe we're getting to a point where there could be a grand bargain, a grand solution with this as the backdrop?
Well, I'd like to say yes, but I haven't seen it yet. I mean, think about it. I walked up here 3 months ago during the shutdown. The president offered, I mean, let's talk about DACA, let's talk about TPS, and the Democrats walked away. I mean, why don't we do that? Why don't we secure a border? Why don't we make sure we sit down and take care of these DACA kids? Why don't we have a permanent solution for TPS? This is all about the Democrats hate Trump. They hate Trump. They don't want Trump to have a win. Well, I want American citizens to have a win. Let's have a secure border. Let's continue to grow this economy. I mean, I don't know what he can do. What else can he do? He's doing everything he can to try to get this border secure. And now, if this is maybe this is the last straw to get Mexico to do their part.
Well, apparently Mexico at least started stepping up to the plate, and now, of course, Congress ultimately has to solve this. I do want to ask you also, Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell now closing the books on plans to get rid of Obamacare in its entirety, revealing a conversation that he actually had with President Trump. I want the audience to take a listen.
So I made it clear to him we were not going to be doing that in the Senate, so we don't have a misunderstanding about that. We'll not be doing comprehensive in the Senate.
President Trump responded this morning with a tweet saying, I was never planning a vote prior to the 2020 election on the wonderful health care package some very talented people are now developing for me and the Republican Party. I never asked Mitch McConnell for a vote before the election, as has been incorrectly reported, as usual. Senator Scott, this is another area that you have tremendous expertise in. What are your thoughts here?
Well, look, I'm glad the president cares about this, but let's focus on the big problem here. Let's focus on cost. I have a bill that I just put up last Friday that deals with the fact that Americans are paying more for drugs than Europeans. Why? I was in the hospital business. I said the same thing to the drug companies. I'm not going to pay more in America than I pay for the exact same product in Europe. We've got to make sure people have transparency, know what things cost. So let's focus on what Americans care about. They're worried about the cost of health care. The Democrats keep talking about access, and when they do it, what happens? Co-payments go up, deductibles go up, premiums go up. It doesn't make it easier for Americans to get health care. It makes it more expensive.
Senator Scott, thank you very, very much. Really appreciate it.